so that we can not hold you too long. I have a, hopefully, if I go up, I have a special part of the presentation that I'm going to save till the end that maybe you'll find useful in your business or not. So what's up on the screen, for those who can see it, is contractors helping contractors across Canada with Smart Home Financial. What we do is we provide finance and rental solutions for contractors. Smart Home is founded by myself, Daryl Yashinsky, and we're backed by a major Canadian lending institution. Since our launch, we've grown to become a national network of dealers all across Canada from coast to coast with 122 dealers. And since October of last year, we've helped our clients, our dealers, write over $4 million in transactions. And I don't know about you, but I consider that to be a tremendous success in the time that we've been operating. We've been so successful that we've actually gained the attention of a very large Canadian financial company, actually a Schedule B bank. And we're going to be proud to announce an additional funder for you over the next few weeks that's going to give us unlimited resources to help you grow your business. So I'm really excited about this opportunity, and we'll be rolling out what this means to you in a very short while. So let's get back to presentation and just what we're talking about here today. Over 10 years ago, we saw that our industry was evolving. We realized that we needed to change and evolve. All you need to do is look at similar industries to see our future. The auto industry really began to endorse finance. They realized they needed to break large investments into small amounts that customers could afford. Cars are now sold with small weekly and biweekly amounts. If you take a look, if you've seen any television ads of late, they don't talk about the price of the car. They just talk about how much it is weekly or biweekly. If you've been to a car dealership, they say the same thing. So what's changed? Why do car companies choose to sell? Here's an advertisement for a 2016 Civic for $57 weekly. People understand and can grasp and say, oh, I can afford $57 a week, but $57 a week is, what is that, $220 to $230 a month? I don't know if I can afford $230 a month. $57 a week is, less than $10 a day. Home furniture and appliances companies also realized consumer wanted finance, and don't pay a cent event became the norm. Even with personal lines of credit, consumers would consider financing as a way that they could hold on to their line of credit for other purchases, especially when loans are unsecured. Interest rate, interestingly, isn't a factor. What matters is the monthly payment. And I can't stress how important this is to you and to your future success. And that is, if you can begin trying to think about monthly payments versus the entire investment you're asking a client to make for plumbing, a system, or a furnace or air conditioner. If you can begin thinking in weekly and biweekly and monthly amounts, it will make a tremendous difference to your success. Fact, consumers want finance and rental, and they will purchase from companies that offer affordable monthly solutions. For anybody in Ontario, I know a couple of you guys are in Ontario, for anybody in Ontario, if this was the case, or wasn't the case, I apologize, Reliance and Enercare would not exist. And those guys are the two biggest companies in the rental market. If monthly payments didn't matter, the entire banking industry wouldn't exist. Your mortgage, you look at, if you have one, you look at the monthly payments. When you look for a new vehicle, if you're looking at leasing it, you look for monthly payments. We all want affordable monthly solutions. If this was not true, none of you or nobody would have credit cards. I mean, we all have credit cards in our wallet, and I guarantee most of you have at least 3. Also, I can make this guarantee, at some point in your career, you carried a balance on one of the cards and paid that 19% interest. We all have done it. I myself have done it. Am I proud of it? No, but the reality is this. We've all done it. I'll just be honest, though, and admit it. Credit cards, though, offer advantages. One, they're convenient. Credit cards save time and trouble. You don't have to search for an ATM or keep cash on hand. Easy for record keeping. Statements help you. They come monthly, and they can help you track your expenses. They're low-cost loans if you pay them off in full each month, obviously, but you can use a revolving line of credit to save when cash may be a week away. They're instant cash. Cash advances are quick and convenient. They'll put cash in your hand when you need it. But I don't know if you've ever read the fine print on a credit card agreement. When you do take out cash or use them for cash, they charge like 30%. I'd encourage you, in fact, I should put it up. I'd encourage you to read the fine print on cash advances on credit cards. They're like those payday loan companies. People balance surf. Many credit card companies offer low introductory rates. You'll often get enticing offers for 0% or 1% or 2% interest on your credit card or balance transfers and so on. They know full well that most people will make the payments for a few months, and when the 6-month low interest introductory rate expires, there may still will be $4,000 or $5,000 outstanding, and which point the credit card company makes their 20 points. They know this. Oh yes, let's not forget about air miles and or loyalty programs. People love these things. Credit cards work because they're convenient, because they're easy to use, they're accepted everywhere, and now we even have Apple Pay. Has anyone tried to use that yet? Anyone?
Not me, no.
So it's interesting because I'm curious. It's available now in Canada, and I tried to load actually my credit cards into my iPhone, and what was funny was I went into a store and I didn't want to use the Apple Pay. I just asked them about it, and what they told me was that you can only purchase something under $100 with it. So Apple Pay is, yeah, it's interesting. It's something that Apple rolled out, and you can have it on your iPhone, and you can roll your credit cards or your debit cards into it. It's Apple's way of trying to take over the world, I think. I don't know. They want all your money. See, your customers are just like you. They use credit when it suits them, and they want the options to choose. They want the options to choose. But what is the true cost of credit cards? The typical credit card interest would be about 19.9%. If you've got a store credit card like the Bay or Canadian Tire, Bay is 29.9, Canadian Tire 25.99. Now that's to the consumer. What about our cost? You know, as retailers or as accepting merchants, your cost is 1.5% at least, plus surcharges for things like point cards that bring the fee to you closer to about 3% for every credit card transaction. I don't know if you've taken a look at your credit card fees, but it's really interesting as to what they charge, and all the credit card companies are the same. Even if you have a good program, for example, with Chambers of Commerce and with Federation of Independent Business, you can get yourself a good discount rate. But with the credit card companies, they all charge premiums for things like point cards and so on. And I don't know if you know this, but there are surcharges that you are charged for people that have those gold premium cards and so on. The cycle of infinite debt. Well, let's talk about this for a moment. Banks offer 19.9% credit cards. Consumers may max them out. Then the banks are smart. You see, this is why our Canadian banks, in fact, they're in earnings season right now. I don't know if you heard that banks always make record profits each quarter. Have you ever thought about how and why? I mean, it's on all our backs in Canada. Banks offer 19.9% credit cards. Consumers max them out. Banks then send promos and offers to customers offering balance transfer solutions. Consumers want to take advantage because the rates appear really low compared to what they were paying before. Banks offer mortgage lines of credit to consolidate credit card debt at even lower rates. In other words, you can get what's called a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. And consumers are happy because they're now paying probably less than 5% instead of the 19.9%. In fact, they're so happy that they go shopping and start putting money on their credit cards all over again. And they end up in this cycle of infinite debt. It's really, really frightening. One of our goals is to help our customers break this cycle of infinite debt. We offer fixed rate, low interest loans. Clients can pay off their debt and hopefully pay it off early. There's no penalty for early payment. And any payment that they make is applied against their principal. Our purpose is helping you, independent contractors, fight the big companies and win. And that is why we set up Smart Home Financial. So let's talk about our industry for a moment. Our industry is dominated by some very large companies, Reliance, Enercare. We've got additional fragmented competitors, companies such as Vista Credit and Sandpiper, and they're an Ontario-based company in the rental arena, amongst others that go out and try and rent equipment to our customers. The contracting industry itself is not viewed upon with respect. We've seen exposés on W5, CBC Marketplace, local news media. These sensationalist stories are not good for anybody who's operating a legitimate business. So what our response is this. There's no one else that's going to protect Canadian consumers from the craziness that's surrounding our industry except you, legitimate contractors. But to compete in this hyper-competitive market, you need help. Our response is we believe we built the best financial program in Canada, helping you protect your clients and your business. We've got a finance program. We've got a rental program with the best rates, very high approval rates. I'll speak to that in a moment. Simple registration process. Well, everybody here in this room is registered, so that's good. And we offer free training with these webinars, and we're recording this session, so it'll be up on our website a little bit later today, and you'll be able to watch this recording. There's a simple credit application for your clients. You can finance heating and air conditioning equipment, including accessories, plumbing renovations, over $2,000. You can now finance commercial applications, including accessories. This is new. We've opened up a commercial realm. Electrical renovations, over $2,000. things like generators and so on, kitchen, bathroom, and home renovations. And we've expanded our commercial program, your commercial program actually, to HVAC and refrigeration. In other words, if you're doing a restaurant renovation, we can help your restaurateur get financing. We can also help you finance your vehicles and equipment needed to run your business. If you need to purchase a backhoe or a high lift or something that's a few $1,000s, we can help you with a lease program for you, should you need it. If you need vehicles, we can now help. So we've expanded the finance offering. We want to try and help you with anything you may need for finance in your business. We understand contracting as well as tough cash flow cycles. And our goal is to build financial programs to help improve your cash flow. Our response as well is to create a partner program to help your business. American Express, who's currently actually going to be in the room in a few minutes, who has a great program to show you. The Air Mile people, we've got a program with them. And we've got a preferred program with Rogers, if you're at all interested. You now can also rent systems, furnaces and air conditioning, water heaters, and other products. Why rent? Well, we really don't matter that much to our clients. Furnaces, air conditioning units, water heaters are in the basement, out of sight, out of mind. Customers want low payments. Customers want peace of mind. Anyone have any comments on any of this?
Yeah, rentals pretty easy to sell. They don't have to come with any money up front. Includes their annual maintenance, includes parts and labor, and so they don't really have to worry about anything.
It does include annual maintenance, or who pays for the annual maintenance?
I think that's part of the rental package, is it not?
Sorry?
So the answer is this: we pack the the maintenance into the rental program. Now the interesting thing is, at no point do we promise maintenance on a rental program. Therefore, once every 2 years can be worked right into the price of the agreement, so you get paid right up front for that, and you're also paid for any service that takes place. And I'll speak about this in just a couple minutes. So, why rent? Well, your major competitors are renting to your customers right now. Door knocking companies have been taking significant market share. Whether we agree or disagree, they have aggressively grown. These are marketing companies. They're not HVAC contractors or plumbing people. Once a customer rents, you've lost that customer for at least 10 years. Why rent? Well, we offer a logical strategy of fight back. You keep your client, we put it in writing. You get paid for service, and you're in control. You add a maintenance program or not, but you keep your client for the next 10 years. So let's state the obvious. Rental is more expensive than purchase. Probably double. Probably is. I'm not asking you to suspend logic, but I'm telling you this. Your clients are renting right now. And in fact, you rent right now, because I guarantee you have rented or leased a truck or car. You probably lease or rent your cell phone. I guarantee a good number of you have one cable box in your home that you rent. And back in the day, all of us, I remember, I saw John Pell on here. He's an older guy. He remembers renting telephones. So all of us have rented at some point in our lives. Anyone want to comment? Silence.
Nope.
It's all true. Why rent? It provides your clients with peace of mind. It provides clients with options. They can decide based on their cash flow. Don't presume. Rental is an opportunity for you to capture clients. So let's talk about it. I mean, does anyone want to debate this? No debate. What's the matter with you all today?
It's a tough one. When you're offering 10 years, if you're offering financing and rental, the financing rate is, the monthly payment is less. There's 10 years warranty on the equipment anyways. So what, I still don't see the advantage to rental.
You're absolutely right.
Finance.
Right. You're absolutely right. The only advantage to rental is if it makes financial sense monthly for the client. And in some cases, it may be cheaper to rent than it would be to finance. In some cases, it may be cheaper to finance than it would be to rent. It's entirely based on monthly cash flow. The other thing is, from a perspective of the situation between a landlord and a tenant. For example, if you've got a scenario where the landlord has a tenanted property, he may want to rent the equipment and flip that to this tenant, and it's easier to show.
Right.
So it's got...
Or the landlord has the advantage of 100% tax write-off on the rental amount, as opposed to purchasing and renting it down over 7 years. If he keeps the rental property for more than 10 years, he can, every monthly payment, he can write off 100%.
Exactly.
That's an advantage.
Right. And so, that being said, it's got its purpose. Now, I am not endorsing door knocking. In fact, I kind of despise those guys. And I think everybody in this room probably, we all feel the same way about them. But the reality is they are here, and we need a strategy that's going to combat this. So why rent? Let's talk about the rates. I believe you'll be pleased. Here they are. So what do you want to sell a system for? I don't care, whatever the dollar amount is, you set your own rate. So if you want to put in a $7,000 system, it's $104 a month. Furnace and air conditioner, $7,000. This chart goes up to $13,000. So I don't know if anybody wants to give an example as to what you're currently selling a furnace or air conditioner or water heater for.
I mean, you can say a furnace re-entry at $5,000, and then add 10 years of maintenance.
Yep.
For another what? $1,500.
I would stretch that. I would do the following. I'd offer a maintenance every 2 years, so I'd charge $750 on that. The extended warranty on a furnace is, I think, $163, which gives you full labor, and your manufacturer probably covers parts. So you're covered for parts, labor, customer has maintenance, and you keep the client. So that furnace, $5,000, you said?
Sure, yeah.
So $5,000, if you look at the chart, it's approximately $75.99. Now, if you wanted to add, let's say $750 to it, you would be say $5,600, $5,800. It'd be $86 a month thereabouts, giving the customer full coverage. You're paid your $5,800 today.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I would suggest to you put aside $750 for a few years that you've got the money over the next 10 years to maintain that system. So here's an example. Selling a furnace for $4,500, the monthly rental would be $68.99. Add insurance in for $2 to make it $70.99. I mean, this chart works, and it works well. We've been using it across the country now. You choose how much you want to get paid. Rental shouldn't... Sorry, go
Is
ahead.
there a term on the rental?
10 years, 120 months. And yes, there is a buyout. And yes, there is a buyout. Again, I believe in absolute transparency, and the buyouts are as unfriendly as the other buyouts are.
Yep. Okay.
So
What is so like as an example, Reliance, they have to rent for a minimum of 7 years.
yeah,
Is there a minimum amount of rentals, or can someone after 2 years worth of rental say, hey, I just want to buy this out? Is there a penalty?
yes. Well, I won't say penalty, but it's like you're upside down on a car lease. So if you in a car lease, let's assume you've got a 4-year lease and you're a year into it and you want to buy it out, the lease value is worth more than the car value is. So you're upside down. You'd have to pay the leasing company out a significant penalty. So the reality is these terms are 120 months, where not 7 years, they're a full 120 months, but there's a buyout schedule that's based on a depreciating value, and it works out to essentially 6% a year of the total cost of the agreement. And let's put this in perspective. If you've got a $70 a month rental times $120, 120 months, so 70 times 120, you're looking at an $8,400 investment, and that's the number that's viewed to the rental company. Now, here's an interesting thing. This is not up on the presentation, but I'll tell you what I'm working on for our dealers. There's an escalation in rental. One of the things I'm working on for you is this. I want to help our dealers keep a percentage of that escalation. And we're actively negotiating with our funders on that right now. So in other words, this is your retirement fund. I thought you'd say that. So Smart Home Financial Rental Program, well, we offer peace of mind. You've got a 10-year relationship with your clients, which protects you and your client from being raided. Your client's investments are protected for the 10 years. Your relationships can be enhanced, and referrals can come your way. When you present your price, when you're presenting a full price of a piece of equipment, you often try and keep the price as low as possible. Financing and rental allows your clients the freedom to approve all they require. You will generate higher revenues and profits for your company. Let's talk finance for a couple minutes. Does anyone have any questions on rental? Because we can talk further on that, or we can talk offline. Anyone have any further questions on rental?
Likely, but not sure what it is yet. So.
No problem. Let's talk finance for a couple minutes. We're going to help you make more money on finance. Our team will help set up your pricing if you need us to, because we know consumers prefer paying monthly. Again, looking at parallel industries, auto, home furnishing, they survive on financing and selling weekly and bi-weekly. I'm going to have to mute the mic because I don't know where someone just looks like. Sorry, people. Someone just looks like they went into a tin can. So sorry, I apologize for having to mute the mics, but I'll turn them back on in a moment. I'm just going to continue to talk, and I'm getting lonely like this, but I'm used to it. So I'll take you over here to a pricing example. Here we have Optimum, Premium, Deluxe, and Basic, and these are approximate prices of systems, where what we want to demonstrate is a monthly investment for what seems like a fairly substantial cost. If you were to go into your customer and say, Mr. Customer, the price for your furnace and air conditioner is $18,000. Now, these are using Ontario taxes. I know we have a couple people from Alberta here. So in Alberta, GST is only 5%, obviously. But if we keep that in mind, so the number would be slightly lower. But if you go in and say to a client it's $18,000, you may get a kick right out the door. However, to say to a customer it's $168 a month or $215 for 10 years, they would be a lot more receptive. If you look right over to the right where you mix and match systems, to take a look at a monthly investment of less than $100 to give a client complete protection for 10 years, you may find a more receptive client. This is why finance is a great option for you to consider. Here is the fixed rate loan program. I'm going to open up the mics and ask if anyone has any questions on this. So on the fixed rate loan program, the rates vary and the term varies. Anyone have comments or questions on the rates here? I know some of you can't see it, but I'll tell you, at a $1,000 transaction, the rate is 10.99. On anything above 10,000, the rate drops to 7.99. And 25,000 to 50,000, the rate drops to 6.99. On any deal larger than $5,000, customer can amortize over 180 months. We also offer a no interest equal payment program and a deferral program. And again, we can speak about these privately or one-on-one if you need to. So the program details. You're in control of the interest rate. There's a 180-month amortization on available loans on over $5,000. We have an instant credit approval hotline. You simply email or fax your completed files in. There's a small admin fee of $39.95 added to your price. You receive training and objection handling, and we have this up on our website right now, and this presentation will go up on the website as well. You'll have increased closing rates. Which sounds better, $73.09 a month or $7,300? Clients prefer you making it affordable for them. You'll have fewer pricing complaints as clients are open to paying a small monthly amount. Not all of your competitors can offer financing and rental, and this gives you a competitive advantage. In fact, I'm sitting right now with an application on my desk from a dealer who's probably going to get rejected because sadly his personal credit is not that strong. He won't be able to finance. It's unfortunate, but sadly he's going to get rejected. You do deliver a higher level of service. You will have happier clients. Your clients want to enhance their homes and improve safety, leading you to more referrals. Our unique selling proposition: we work for contractors like you, not utility type corporations or big box stores. We provide tools that allow you to be in control. We purchase third-party insurance to protect you and your clients if you need us to, but that is with the rental specifically, and you get paid for future service. Our unique selling proposition: our team recruits and helps contractors just like you right across Canada, and we've got a proven record of building a successful dealer network. We've been doing this now for over 15 years. We encourage you not to let water heater opportunities slip through your hands. We want to help you recapture those lost water heater opportunities. We have a toll-free support and service line. Contractors, you have relationships with your clients, and Smart Home Financial will help you strengthen those relationships. We're approved on the Enbridge bill. Our goal is to effectively become your financial partner. We want to help you train your team through webinars such as this, as well as private meetings. If you want to schedule a private meeting, no problem. Happy to do it for you. If you're in the GTA, you're welcome to come by our office, or I've got no problem visiting with you. If you're out of town, we certainly can schedule meetings when I travel a whole bunch and able to visit with you and your team when traveling. We manage all of our business in-house. We partner with leading dealers, providing major brands for you. A hassle-free finance for you and your customers. Giving your customers the ability to purchase now, the ability to purchase more. We want to give you what you need to succeed. For you, your benefits, a financial program with very high approval rates. We are not your competition, unlike UEI. If anybody, I'll poke them in the nose now, if anybody is using UEI, you are feeding your competition. If anybody is using Vista, you're feeding your competition. We give you dealer manuals. We've got a simple online credit app that I'll walk you through quickly in a moment. With an instant approval process, simply email your files into our team. Our hours are from 8 to 8, Monday to Friday, and someone's on call until midnight and on weekends, and oftentimes it's me, unfortunately. For dealers that write more deals, we're going to give you access to an online portal. In fact, we're working on an online adjudication system where you'll take a customer's credit card and have them instantly approved, which is pretty cool. So what we look for are contractors that have to be licensed. You should hold a contractor license in your city or town, providing workers' comp clearance. You should comply with aspects of occupational health and safety in your province. And we want to see that you've got insurance coverage and provide proof of coverage with a completed certificate of insurance. But you all have done this already. Approval details, all that's required is a driver's license and employment information. Proof of income on deals larger than $15,000. And if you're in Ontario in the Enbridge territory, we can go on the Enbridge bill at a cost of 2%. I want to show you a transaction. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Anyone? Where'd you all go? Hey, someone, say something. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Darryl.
Okay, good. I don't know if I was talking all myself here. You never know sometimes, you know. Sometimes you could have all ran away. But I still see 8 people here in the room, so that's good. So I haven't scared you all away yet. Why should you consider Smart Home? Well, we've got a 93% approval rate. How about that? We give you business planning, webinars, and guidance. We want to put together an annual awards team for your team members. We have a designer on staff that can help you prepare your price guides at no charge to you. We've got a team training program. We've got an online dealer locator for you. We really are more than just finance. We are Canada's first financial program built for contractors by contractors, and we understand contracting. We know many of you may be using a competitive product, but competitors simply offer financing with no added value. I want to show you real briefly an application for finance. And again, this is an Ontario application, and this is so simple. Basically, all that's needed on the top, and you should see this form right now, all that's needed on the top is last name, first name, and so on. All of this is pretty straightforward. But when entering the deal, we've got these things on iPad applications. It's a fillable PDF, but we put some logic into the PDF. If you've got a $5,750 transaction, and again, I'm here in Ontario, so it's going to give me HST of 13%. It's $747. There's that $39.95 admin fee that I mentioned to you. If a customer wants to do this deal over 60 and 120, their monthly payment is $81.91. It's completely filled in. It's completely electronic. You can give them the option of going 60 and 180, and the monthly payment will fall to $65.31. All that's needed is consumer to sign right here, initial on page 2, and you put your name on the back of the agreement. And this is the entire extent. You email or fax us into us, and from there we get you instant approval. And again, coming up in the very short future, with our new funding arrangement, we're going to be able to do this even quicker. So I'm excited about that. Anyone have any questions?
Daryl, is there an app for like iPhone for that PDF that like a technician can do that right on site and just fill in the blanks, know exactly what the amounts are?
I'm glad you asked. And that form that I showed you is in fact the iPad form. So
For
that,
iPad,
sorry?
it's only for iPad only?
It's for iPad. I mean, find an Android PDF signature thing. So I can probably search one out for you, but we recommend a program called PDF Expert. It's in the App Store. I'm sure Android has got anything that captures signature. It'll work in the same fashion.
Okay.
Simple enough.
And where would we get the actual app for that Smart Home Financial form?
We'll send you the forms, and then you simply go to the App Store and download PDF Expert. I think it's $12 or $13.
Okay.
It's really,
Thank you.
really, really simple, I assure you. If I can do it, you can do it. It's really simple. Any other questions? Y'all so quiet. So, all right, that being said, I want to introduce something that we've never done before. We've got some guest speakers here in the room, and we've got something that you're the first to be exposed to this. And again, we've got 9 attendees, so the program has grown since I first started talking. There was only 2 or 3 people when we started. I was nervous. But we've got 9 people from across the country in the room, and we've got Karen and Dan here from American Express. Yes, that's American Express. You know this company right here, these guys. They've got this thing called Platinum Cards and more. And I want to turn the microphone over to Karen and Dan, who've got a program that is really a unique program, and I can't do it justice, but the experts are here in the room. So you're the first contractors in our group anyway to hear about this program. So with that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Karen and Dan. Anyone have any, you going to clap for them or something? Okay, anyway, here they are.
Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. How are you?
We're good.
Good. My name is Karen Anhang. I'm one of the business development executives at American Express. I deal with contractors, HVAC, plumbers, electricians across the country. We now have an amazing solution for payment to your suppliers. And it's actually a charge card. It is not a credit card. So how it works is there's up to a 55-day float. So from the day of the invoice, you have 55 days to pay your bill interest-free. By signing up for the card, you will automatically get a 75,000 membership reward bonus point program when you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months with your suppliers. The return on the earning rate is actually stronger than most cards out there. Our card, for every dollar you spend, you get 1.25% return in membership rewards. Oh, yeah. This is the slide we're talking about. So recently, over the last few weeks, there's been some changes with the small business card, and it's actually to your advantage. In the past, and with most credit cards out there, when you spend $1, you would get 1.25, 1.5 rewards if you use it for traveling. If you were not using it for traveling, you would get cash back, and the cash back earn rate was lower than 1.25. So as of a few weeks ago, we've changed it, and for every dollar you spend, you get 1.25 membership reward points, whether you use it for traveling or you want to use it for a cash credit back on your bill. So basically you can pay for any purchase with the points, and we only listed about 3 benefits here because we wanted to keep the slide short, but there is it's basically an all-inclusive card. It includes airport lounge service, which includes drinks and food. It includes a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week concierge service, which is absolutely the best service in the world, and I can tell you that from my own personal experience. I had just booked a hotel in Belleville recently. I'm going to a wedding this weekend. I got the rate of $180 a night. I then asked for my CAA rate. The CAA rate was $160 a night. I then decided to be creative and called the concierge service at American Express and said, is there anything you can do for me? The guy actually put me on hold and within less than 2 minutes came back and said it's $129 a night. So he actually called the front desk for me and negotiated the rates. You also get frontline access to concerts and to shows. You also get all-inclusive travel insurance. We are careful when we talk about insurance because we're not insurance agents, but it is the best insurance out on the market. There is emergency travel insurance for disasters that may happen overseas while you're away, and cancellation insurance as well. Now, okay, so someone has a question, what can you do with the points? Like I said, with the points, so you receive the points never expire, by the way, unlike other cards. You can use it to redeem to pay your actual bill at 1.25% as of 2 weeks ago, or you can use it for travel. Now, how the travel part works is you can book your travel anywhere. There's no blackouts. There's no restrictions. You can book it with any online agency or with a travel agency, even with the American Express travel agency. And what you would do is you would book your trip on the card, and within, I think it is, Dan, 48 hours or less?
That it shows up.
That it shows.
So essentially when the charge shows up on your statement, you can go online and you can select the charge and redeem it. And yeah, the credit will show up, and then when you go to pay your bill, you minus that credit and pay your balance.
Exactly. The other great part about it, it's such a flexible card that if, let's say, you love Aeroplan and you have one of those orange Aeroplan cards, you can transfer your points to Aeroplan 1-for-1. However, if you do the calculation, for every dollar you spend, you get 1.25%. So if you spend $100,000, you get 125,000 points. Those convert to 125,000 Aeroplan points. Where with Aeroplan, it's 1-to-1, so you're actually getting an extra 25%. And you can book, with Aeroplan, you could book long-haul flights to the States from Canada at 25,000 points. You can book short-haul flights at 15,000 points as well. You will earn 75,000 points on the get-go within the first 3 months if you spend $5,000, which is not hard to do. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Oh, sorry.
So a few things I would add, because obviously this is very benefit driven and very feature driven, kind of what we'd have from our typical marketing pitch. I would say the other thing that we've done a great job of over the last 5 years is truly build out a business-to-business division, which is more just about the card, and it's about taking the service and how we treat our business customers different than how we treat our personal card customers. So the unique things I would say about this card, first of all, Karen would be the account manager for the first year, so you're having someone over and above the customer service where if you're looking for a balance or whatever, you can call the number on the back of the card, but otherwise if there is anything you need help with, Karen's just a quick phone call or email away. She can help you out with that. The other thing that I would say is we also treat how we underwrite customers a lot different in the business division, because not all our personal card customers are spending 100, 200 grand with HVAC suppliers. So knowing that there's a different need even from the limit required on the account, we have a commercial underwriting process that we do leverage, and we look to set up the appropriate limit for any of our business customers. And then the third thing I would mention is because of the unique American Express business model compared to our competitors, we own the relationship not only on the card member side but also on the merchant side. And what that means for all of you is the different HVAC suppliers that you are using. we have a dedicated person on our merchant side of the business that helps maintain that relationship. So if there's ever anything that we need to do to figure out an invoice and to try to get that onto the card for you, we have those internal relationships where we can reach out to those suppliers. So over and above kind of the traditional features and benefits, the hand-holding that we can do both on the merchant side of the relationship as well as the account manager on the card relationship really takes our service to the next level. And that's why I would say a lot of the contractors across Canada have really made the choice to work with us because we can handhold that and we treat them as a business, not just another customer that has a card.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. So that's about it. I have a contact number on the next page, and there is a small business link that you can go to. I would prefer, it might be easier if we actually kept in contact when you are interested by phone, or I can reach out to you at your convenience. I'm basically in the office every day, Monday to Friday, Ontario time, Eastern time. And, oh, it's okay. And wanted to know if anybody has any questions in regards to suppliers, acceptance, fees, what the card is, something I didn't mention maybe.
So here's what's cool. Guys, listen to this. Picture this. You want to call your vendors and see if they accept American Express. You want to then call Karen, or basically, no, let me restate that. You want to call Karen first and say what vendors are on the program. So you can potentially pay your vendors. I know that Noble is on here in Ontario. I can't speak for everybody out west. But you can call your Karen first and say to her, hey, I deal with vendors 1, 2, 3, 4. Ask them if they're on the program. You could pay for your products and services that you're now paying check for through American Express. The cool thing about this piece that I think is you get 55-day credit. And bonus, you get these points that you can do all kinds of things, not just the Ginsu knives. So they're really useful. I've used them for all kinds of things, these points. And they really are a benefit. So these two are here, and I asked them to come in because I thought this would be a little value add. This is the first time I've added someone other than myself speaking. So that's good. I didn't have to speak the whole time. Fire them questions. Something must be on your mind. Anybody? Oh, come on. John Pell, what do you guys say? You always have something to say.
Is anybody using any other cards, credit cards right now to pay for the supplies, or is everybody using checks?
Okay, question. With business card, do you know if there's a taxable benefit or are they taxed?
Yeah, there's a taxable benefit to it.
So you're talking so the fee itself is something that can be redeemed as a taxable expense, but is it, the question I get often is how you use the points. Is it more around the points and how you use those and if that's taxable? Okay. Thanks, John. So I went down to London, Ontario yesterday, and I had the same question from from a potential client that's about to come on board. So the standard response here is, to date, and I've been at Amex over 13 years myself, we've never had a customer come to us during an audit with CRA or anyone else and say, hey, they're questioning how I'm using my points and how it's handled from a tax perspective. My personal opinion, sometime in the next 2 to 5 years, I think there will be a point where the CRA is going to start to come down on it, where they'll start to question people, hey, are you getting any sort of personal reward from a business expense? At that time, I don't think the CRA is going to care if it's on a personal card or a business card. So it's one of those things that when they do start to look at that, I think it's gonna change how people use their points. Right now, I think the CRA is doing a lot more in the real estate, going after HST on new builds, et cetera, but there will be a day where they start to come down more on how people are using their purchases. What I think is going to change in the market, and part of why we change our points program to essentially get ahead of it, is when they do start to come down, and I think we're going to have more and more business owners like yourselves start to use their points for business expenses. The nice thing about how we've changed our program is going forward, the 1.25% will probably for a lot of people start to act similar to how a discount would be with your suppliers. So say with Noble you pay a $100,000 invoice. I think more and more people will start to say, hey, I get that invoice, let's knock $1,250 off it, and I'm going to use my points as an offset against a business expense, where today people are taking the trips personally. So right now I know it's not a firm answer, but right now CRA, to my knowledge, has never gone after anyone on how they use their points, but we're preparing ourselves for the day they do to give our customers options on how they can use it for business expenses. Does that answer your question, John?
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yes, it does.
He's a slow typer. Okay. Anyone have any other questions for these kind people from American Express who drove all the way from Markham to visit us here in the sticks? You must have some comments. Do you like American Express?
I like the fact that you're close to Bass Pro, because I'm going to make a trip over there right now.
That we are.
Would anybody like me to contact them personally this afternoon or tomorrow so I can give them more information? I would love to speak to all of you individually if that's possible.
Wow, why you guys so quiet?
Tired from the heat.
Yeah. All right. That all being said, let us wind this presentation down, and we can again answer any question for you, or if you want to type anything in. I don't know why you're so quiet. Usually you guys contractors are chatty, but we're here for you, and we will wind this down. We've been talking just over an hour. Karen, you want to say something?
There was one of them that signed up. Remember the name? Chen signed up. Do you remember? Okay. Okay.
So if anyone has any question, all you know to reach us. If anyone wants to reach to American Express, you can reach out to Karen. Her number is up here on the screen, right here, at 1-866-598-9892. And you can reach her directly. And if there's anything we can do with reference to finance and or rental, you know where we are. And with that, we can wind this down. If anyone would like this meeting, I just got a request for this meeting. Yes, we have been recording it. Maybe that's why you guys want it to be quiet. So that's okay. And yes, we can email this. So please send me an email, or Adriana an email, or Bonnie an email, and we'll be happy to send this presentation to you. So you can type that into the chat window. You can send an email. You can fly a pigeon overhead. Whatever makes sense for you, and we'll be happy to get you this presentation. So with that, again, any other questions? Someone's banging on a drum. All right. So I want to thank you for coming out this morning, and we can hopefully speak soon and help you with your business, and we're here to work for you. and look forward to working with you going forward. You're welcome.
Thanks very much, Daryl. Very informative.
Great, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.